Hello everyone, welcome to Financial Success. Today I have an exciting stock that I'm going to be talking about that is rumored to be merging with a SPAC. So it has not been officially announced yet. I expect that to happen sometime this week. And so the stock that they are going to be merging with is another 3D printer metal company similar to AONE that is going to be merging with Markforged. It is also another competitor to Desktop Metal as well. And so for this company, I think it's very exciting. One of their largest customers is SpaceX. And this is something that I also think ARK Invest may be buying in the future as well, since they have been buying AONE consistently over the past week. I'd also like to mention that there is a link below for Patreon, which will provide access to a Discord chat, and so I do try to provide information in there as soon as I find out about these SPACs, and then I also do announce when I am looking to buy or sell. And so if you're interested in that, please check out the link below. Also, I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research. And so let's get into it. The stock that I'm going to be looking at today is Jaws Spitfire Acquisition Corporation. As I mentioned, this is a SPAC, and so it did start trading right around $10, and the ticker symbol on this is SPFR. And so as you can see on Friday, it kind of dropped back down, and then after hours it ran back up and is now trading right around $10.84. And so I still think this is a good buying opportunity. However, this still is a rumor, so it has not been officially announced yet, and so there is risk associated with this, as it may or may not go through. And so I'd like to take a look at this article here stating that SpaceX 3D printer supplier Velo3D is rumored to be in a SPAC deal. And so as I mentioned, they are going to be merging with SPFR, and they are valuing it right around $1 billion. And so they are, like I said before, they are a 3D metal printer company, very similar to Desktop Metal and similar to Markforged, and so this is another competitor to those two. And here we can see that they are stating that SpaceX is one of its largest customers. They create a product for them for the engines and other components that they were struggling with producing prior. And so something else I'd also like to talk about is their financials here. They are stating that in April, they raised $28 million in funding. And so at that time, the company reported bookings of $29 million and revenue of $15 million in the previous 15 months. And so I did find that in 2019, they had sales of roughly $24 million. And so that's pretty good. And then in 2020, as you can see down here, they received one order for $20 million. And that was in June. So they did not specify exactly what customer that was. However, I think that's very good for 2020's numbers, because in 2019 they had $24 million in sales and then just one order of $20 million in 2020. And so I think there's a lot of potential for them to have much more revenue in that, as they may receive more orders. And so another customer of theirs as well is Boom Supersonic. So I have not heard of this company before, so I did look them up, and it is very cool. They do produce supersonic airplanes here, as you can see, working on the next generation speed. And so they do generate parts for them as well. And so that was announced back in 2020. And so as I mentioned, their competitors are Desktop Metal and Markforged as well, which is going through a SPAC A1. And so I'd like to compare them to these other competitors as well. And so as I stated before, their sales in 2019 were $24 million, and then Desktop Metal's projected sales in 2020 is $20 million, and then Markforged is looking at a projected revenue of $70 million. And so they are very similar to Desktop Metal as far as revenue, and so that is currently trading right around $20, and so I think there's a lot of potential for this company going forward. So I'd also like to look at another article here as well. This company is very innovative. They have developed something that is really changing the 3D printing industry. And so a lot of 3D printing requires some type of support structure to be built underneath of it. And they have developed support-free 3D printing. And so that's no longer needed. It saves a lot of time. It saves material. It makes it so you can almost 3D print anything that you develop. And so the design does not have to be modified to be manufacturable. You can just take the design and put it on the 3D printer and hit print, and you're going to get exactly what was developed. And so I think that's very interesting. And so as we can see here, Velo3D picks up a spot on the world's most innovative company list for 2021. And so this article was just released a couple of days ago. And so they are stating that on Fast Company's annual list of the world's most innovative companies for 2021, Velo3D has been chosen as a very innovative company. And so they have grown leaps and bounds in 2020. They have raised fresh funding, and then they have also received an order for $20 million, as I mentioned. and they have also launched the Sapphire XC 3D printer as well, which can create an object 5 times faster than its counterpart systems. And so they are still working on growing, they're still working on developing new printers, and so I think that's very positive going forward. They also have entered a new partnership with Go Engineer on the back end of 2020, and so I think this is going to help push them out to new customers. Go Engineer is one of the largest providers of SolidWorks CAD software, and so since they have an in there, they are going to get pushed out, and so people that use CAD are looking for 3D printing going forward, and so I think that is very positive that they have partnered with Go Engineer. And so they are looking at expanding their commercial operations into Europe as well, and so they have appointed John Porter to help out with that, and so I think this company is going to grow very quickly, especially with their patented support-free technology in 3D printing. And so it does mention down here what they kind of focus on. Right now they are focusing on space travel, supersonic flights, and also clean power plants and beyond. So they're looking to expand past what they currently do, looking for new customers to grow. However, I think with them working with SpaceX and Boom, they have a lot of potential. And so I think those are both very good customers for them to already have under their belt. And so there's a lot of potential going forward for this company. And so one last thing that I would like to look at as well is their YouTube channel here. And we can see they have many videos that they have posted just a few days ago. However, before that, they did post videos 5 or 6 months ago. And so they posted all these new videos just before the SPAC merger is going to be announced. And so I think this is a good sign, looking like they are kind of trying to update everything before the merger is officially announced. So this is something that I think is going to go through. I did buy a position for this last week, as I think this is a lot of potential for this, especially once it gets announced. I think that ARK Invest is going to be interested in buying this stock. And so if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.